Anyway, welcome everyone to the first episode of the Hazard Time podcast.
It's going great
You mean
already.
episode 14?
Well, this is technically the first episode of the Hazard Time podcast.
Isn't this supposed to come out like in 2 weeks or something?
Oh, this is coming out like Friday. The one
Oh.
the one that we record, the one that we're going to record hopefully later today is going to come out.
How long is this going to be? I thought like 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, about like
right?
30 minutes, yeah. The one that we're going to record later today is going to come out this week on Patreon and then come out next Friday
What tier?
for public.
What tier is it?
I think it's going to be like the $2 tier, I believe.
That's a ripoff.
No, it's going to be
about to say, who's going to pay for that?
I think it's the $4 tier. No?
Wow, you're really reaching with that.
I don't know what it is.
Well, you should know.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
it's your thing.
No. Everybody gets this, but the $2 people, they get it a week early. That's right. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, they're lucky.
Yes, they are. But yeah, this is the first episode, Hazard Time Podcast. I'm your host, Liam. You know me. I'm joined by my co-host. You guys want to introduce yourself? Or...
You can do it.
Okay, this is Richard and Baggage. I mean, Dimitri.
You ever watch that TV show? There's a
I don't watch
There's
TV.
like there was a yeah, definitely. There was a game show called Baggage.
There was?
Yeah, they would. It's kind of like a dating show, and I think they would each. It'd be like one man or woman who's picking through three people, and they would start off. I think they had like 3 bags, so that'd be like luggage, but each one would be like a fact about themselves, like like oh they have baggage.
Right.
But, like the first one starts off small, yeah, and so like then they would pick who they wanted before they opened the biggest bag. And then when they pick, they got to see what the worst baggage was,
That's
whether or not
interesting.
they wanted to go with the person or not based on that. I think they had to go on like
Interesting.
one date or something. So
So, you want to get into the topic of today?
Not particularly.
it's baggage.
So,
Baggage is pretty good.
I figured this is actually the first time that the three of us can talk about this in full, because everybody has seen these movies. I figured talk about the Sam Raimi
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man trilogy. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
Okay.
much to say about them.
They're good movies, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Did you see any of? Has anybody seen any of them in theaters? I know Richard hasn't seen the last 2 in theaters.
Yeah, I've seen all of them in theaters.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You didn't see 2 until I recommended it to you. Like
Oh
a year
yeah, right. Yeah, I wasn't. I was. Yeah, I seen 1 and 3 in theaters.
Why? What compelled you to not go see 2 in theaters?
I don't know. I guess honestly, I have no idea. I don't know why I never saw 2. Because like Spider-Man is a big deal. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And
That is
usually
weird that you would have not
Yeah.
seen that and then still went to go see 3 in theaters.
yeah, I have no idea actually.
Were you like confused?
I always kind of wondered that too. Yeah, like I don't know. Maybe I blocked it out. Maybe I did see it, but for some reason I just blocked the memory out. But
It was so good, you just like blacked out.
what's your one wish, Dimitri? I wish I could forget seeing Spider-Man 2. It's granted.
Were you confused about like Spider-Man 3 not having seen Spider-Man 2?
There's nothing you really need to see.
I guess you need to know that he found out. Well, no, because both Harry and MJ find out Peter Parker's Spider-Man in 2.
I think it really matters.
I think we kind of can just you can kind of figure that out. There's nothing in it that you. Spider-Man 3 is not a movie that you're lost if you hadn't seen the others.
True. Well, you need to see 1 at least.
Do you? I mean, you know he's Peter Parker. You know she's Mary Jane. Like you can pretty much piece everything together.
I feel like it's not going to matter. You don't get like the significance of the movie if you haven't seen the first two.
That's fair. I mean, I didn't find it that significant of a movie.
I guess I already knew like Spider-Man and like multiple backstories of him, so like it wasn't.
What was this, like 2008? The third one?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, probably around there.
So we were young, too. Yeah, I must have been 2008. I think I was 13, about 13.
I still like remember seeing the trailer for Spider-Man 1 in theaters.
Jeez.
Yeah, like I guess it made that much of an impact on me, but I still remember it. I went and looked at, yeah, because it's like a helicopter gets stuck in the web or something like that.
Yeah, between Twin Towers.
Yeah, it's like really, it's like dark and like I don't even know if they show Spider-Man that much. And I don't know. I remember seeing that. I was like, oh my god! Like they're making a Spider-Man movie. Like, this is my little mind cannot fathom how awesome this is gonna be.
Yeah, that was not my experience. But when did you remember? I mean, when did that movie come out?
Exactly. But no, I really do remember seeing that trailer in theaters.
Huh.
I had to have been like maybe 5 or 6 at most.
Yeah, they didn't even use that footage, like the whole Twin Towers stuff.
Yeah.
They ended up dropping it because
yeah.
Yeah, poor timing.
I guess there's like a
it
like
was
a
crucial
cut.
to their movie. Damn it.
There's like a cut movie poster that they had at one point that I think like a reflection on Spider-Man.
Yeah, in his eyes.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing they did back when movie posters were cool and not crap like they are today.
Yeah, movie posters suck nowadays.
Celebrity Tower.
And the Spider-Man Homecoming poster was so bad because like everybody was in it like 3 times because you had to have Peter Parker, you had Spider-Man, you had Iron Man flying, there was Tony Stark, you had the Vulture, there was Michael Keaton.
They're not very artistic, really. They're just more, they're just trying to like get the point across what the movie is.
We really need John
Favreau. It's not even like they're trying to get the point across what the movie is. It's like most of the time, and this might have been true for always, I don't know, but it seems like most of the time they're just trying to show you who's in it.
Yeah. Because it's just...
yeah, that's true. But it definitely didn't used to be that way.
No.
You know what I hate
there are some iconic movie trailers or movie posters out there, and they were good.
You know what I hate about movie posters? And this happens all the time. And I guess I'm the only one who cares about this. When the names don't line up with the people.
Yeah, that frustrates me. Yeah. I don't understand why. Like, why don't they do it?
I guess it's like a contract thing. Like Johnny Depp, he's got to be like, I want to be first. Say my name first.
Yeah.
And say those other 2 guys.
But the point...
Then put him in that order on the poster.
But no, they want to be front and center on the poster. They want to be in the middle of the poster.
Well, that's really irritating.
Like,
I know.
But most of the time it's like from like side to side, like it's horizontally on the, on the poster itself. And like, who cares if you're the first on the left? Like that doesn't. Who cares about that? Like
they do.
They might. It's really irritating, and I see it all the time. And it's like that's not who that is.
They do it on like DVDs too sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also hate when you have some.
The graphic designers are like, I know it'll really tick them off.
I wonder if they hate doing it though. Like they know, like I so want to put these names in the right order, but I can't, or I'll be fired.
Well, that's assuming that they want to but can't because they're forced not to. It could just be that they're poorly designed posters.
I don't know about that.
No, there's some grunt who's doing all the actual work, and he's told what to do. Like, okay, we want the poster, and we're gonna have Spider-Man in the middle, and Iron Man's gonna be flying over him, and that poor schmuck is just like, okay, it's gonna look terrible, but I'll do it.
Right, sure, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that he's the one who's like. That doesn't mean that somebody's mandating that the names have to be in that order. I think that's
Someone
just an
is.
assumption you made, but I don't think we have anything to back that up.
Oh, like the
It's all
I mean, like,
contract stuff. It's
yeah, well, like
contract
the
stuff.
who's ever got like billed first or
Yeah.
whatever is probably.
But we don't know that.
We do
We're
know
just
that. That's how Hollywood and movies work. Is it just randomly decided what order?
That's like in the Matrix. Like, hold on, let me make sure like I'm understanding this correctly. But
Because the two biggest positions when you do a movie is the very first and the very last. Because like if you watch a Marvel movie, it'll be like Robert Downey Jr. will get first, and at the very end, it'll be and Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury.
No, I get that, but those are in like the opening credits, in which the order does matter. That I get, but on the poster itself, just printed there with the names at the top or the bottom, like horizontally, I don't know if there's going to be a rule that says they have to be put in this order.
I'm sure the actor.
yeah, I
puts
would
it in his
there
contract.
probably is. Yeah.
All right, maybe. Well, that's irritating and stupid.
I should
Also,
look at-
Matrix has like the most. He's the most Dennis, not Dennis person ever.
Ooh.
This guy in the Matrix, like, he could play
What?
young Dennis.
What are you talking about?
Is it the Agent Smith wannabe?
Yeah, yeah,
There's an Agent Smith wannabe,
Yeah.
yeah.
and he could play who?
Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks really. What does he look like?
I mean, I don't. In the movie, he looks a lot like him. Like he
The,
has like
the
a
new Matrix.
yeah.
What's that called?
Resurrection.
Resurrections. Yeah.
Right.
Did
Just a-
did Hugo Weaving pass away and we weren't aware? Why is he not in this?
I mean, they should have been. That movie was crap.
I stopped watching it.
I mean, it got better. Like I think it was worth watching all the way through. But if it's between not watching it or stopping midway through, like just don't watch it. But if you're gonna like start watching, finish.
Yeah, not worth finishing. Yeah, I just so don't care anymore about.
Yeah, I feel like
This is the one where Keanu has a robot arm, right?
No.
no,
You can
that's
make
his
the penis whatever size you want.
that's his other sci-fi role where he looks the exact same. Or should I just say role where he looks the same
I
nowadays?
was gonna say, in what role does he look different?
He hasn't looked different since John Wick. I don't know why. Like, do they think we wouldn't watch the movie if he didn't look like John Wick?
Which is kind of strange because like if you take an actor like Tom Hanks or something, like just somebody random, who probably looks the same in a lot of his movies, but we're not like crapping on that. It's just
It's true. I mean, this is just the way. Well, but the difference is, Tom Hanks plays most of the time normal people in the real world, and
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is playing people in like sci-fi. Like he
Yeah,
can look
that's true,
however he
yeah.
wants.
well, no, I mean he does change
If he
for
showed
like
up as Neo with like
in the real.
bright green dyed hair, like that would be just as normal.
I mean, out of the Matrix, he looks different. Like he's shaved and everything.
He looks older out of the Matrix too.
Because he is older.
It's like I don't know. I guess the long hair and beard hides his age better.
Which is probably why they do it. That's probably the only way that people would watch him.
Like, I don't want to see this old dude.
Yeah, well, that's what long hair and beards do. I mean, long hair makes you look younger most of the time.
I feel like if you're younger, it makes you look older.
I don't think it does. I think you always look younger with long hair. At least that's how I see it.
What I'm glad to know the Matrix didn't do is I'm really glad they didn't do the stereotypical reboot passing of the torch thing. Like the movie's still about Neo and Trinity. It's not like, oh, here's some 5'4" brown hair, white British girl. Now the movie's all about her, like every other franchise does when they reboot. Like, no, these are our
I
main
think that was
characters.
very specific. I get that the
Yeah.
trope is something they all do, but they don't all get past
just sounds like Ray.
5'4" brown-haired British girl.
No,
That seems like a Star Wars specific thing.
There's been some, there's been stuff. There's been other franchises that have done that. I can't think off the top of my head. But
Trust me, there's been others. I can't name them, but
This is very specific.
no, because it was somebody else who was. It was like a meme or something on the internet I saw that mentioned franchises needed to do this. But like,
I mean, there are definitely countless franchises who pass the torch to the next generation and find some random young person to like.
but
be the
Terminator,
new
Terminator,
whoever.
Dark Fate, right? It was kill off John Connor in the first 5 minutes and make it about about the new John Connor. Except this John Connor is a girl. It's like,
Yeah, that's fair.
why not make the movie like we don't?
Did anyone go see that movie though? I mean,
No, because no one cared
See-
about Terminator since the second one.
Honestly, whenever bringing up Terminator movies, I don't know which is which. Like, I honestly don't. Like, he's like Dark Fate, Genesis, Salvation. Like, they really just merged together for me.
yeah, I don't either. I mean, I don't know which ones you're talking. I mean, I haven't seen them, so I really don't know.
I mean, I guess I haven't seen them either, but like, I mean, if you talk about like a Harry Potter movie or something, like kind of which is which, but like the Terminators they're just all so different. They're just like the same, I guess, not different, but
Yeah,
So
there's Terminator, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and then
well,
the rest.
pretty much after 3 is what
I don't even know what 3 is called.
Rise of the Machines.
none of them have been good. Okay, like there have been
Yeah, exactly.
there have been
There's
three.
like 1.5 good Terminator movies.
Okay, I said this before. They should have never made a sequel to Terminator. If you look at Terminator, that's the exact type of movie that doesn't deserve a sequel.
Yeah,
But
but
they-
Terminator 2 is a masterpiece.
I know, but that's not. I'm not talking about the quality of Terminator 2. I'm just saying they shouldn't have made Terminator 2. It was a mistake making it. They got lucky. It was good.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
look
that
at
was-
it,
Yeah,
That was a one-off. Yeah.
I'll give you that.
think about Jaws. Like Jaws 2 isn't good, and we say, "Oh, they should have never made a sequel to Jaws 2." Yeah, it's easier to say that because of how bad Jaws 2 was.
Yeah, like, I often think about that. Like, if these movies were to come out nowadays, I would probably scoff at half of them and be like, I'm not going to watch that.
Terminator 2, what are they
Yeah,
going to
like Terminator 2. Oh, it's got Schwarzenegger again. Well, what do you know?
Except that is what comes out nowadays. Everything that comes, like Terminator does come out nowadays.
Yeah, but like, like back then, I would have done the same thing. Like, I would have been like, I'm not going to watch Terminator 2 in theaters. That's stupid.
I feel
Yeah,
like
probably.
I feel like you wouldn't because you only do it now because of like how many times you've been burned before.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
much more cynical now than we probably would be back then.
I guess it's also set a standard too. Like those movies are good, and I mean most of what comes out now isn't. So
Yeah.
Hey, we got 4 Avatar sequels to look forward to.
Oh God. How much you want to bet half of those never see the light of day?
Well, they gonna have to. He's filming
But they-
them all at once.
I was about to say,
Doesn't
like,
matter.
they will though. Like, I feel like this isn't the type of movie that's gonna get scrapped. Like, James Cameron is going to make it. It might take a long time, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, but oh God. Okay.
Like,
You're
it'll
right.
be completely irrelevant. But at this point, they've probably spent a ton of money, and he's going
It's
to.
so irrelevant already, and they have an entire theme park.
Well, I mean, at this point, like, one of these Avatar movies are probably going to be coming out when technology changes or something. Like, we're going to get
How else could movie theaters change? The only
I
reason
don't know, like
Avatar
a
was successful.
VR
was because
movie
of-
or something.
I don't want to see that.
But it can't be awesome. Like a movie completely in VR.
Okay, but like, you got to bring your own headset.
No, at this point, they'd just be readily available,
How
like
expensive that would be.
3D. Well, okay, at that point in time, it's gonna be
At that
more
point in
affordable.
time, it's coming. Avatar 2 is supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, okay, Avatar 2 is probably
But
gonna be
Avatar
pointless.
7 will come out at that time.
Well, like 3 or 4 is gonna be like the harbinger of like some big technology.
If we
It's
don't
gonna
care about 3, why are we going to care about? I mean, if we don't care about 2, why are we going to care
because
about
2 is gonna
5?
suck, and they're gonna be like, well, guess what? 3 is gonna change the game.
They're gonna have to find gimmicks because like nobody's gonna want to see Avatar 3 for the plot.
It's true. I have to question whether or not Avatar 2 has come out already yet.
What's the draw
I
of
feel
this?
like it has.
I don't understand people who think this movie is going to do good. It's like
You know, people liked Avatar.
I know
I was one of them. I loved Avatar when it came out. It was only years later, with hindsight, that I was able to be like, "Wait a minute, like that wasn't that good. That wasn't." Avatar had a powerful effect on people when it came out for whatever reason, and
Because it was awesome.
it was awesome.
Like,
It was awesome, but that doesn't mean that we want more. Like,
well, that's why I'm saying for it to be successful again, it has to replicate what it did, and it's gonna have to like,
it's gonna have to step it up. I mean,
yeah.
think about it. Like think about the trailer. Like this trailer, it's got to draw in people who have never seen the first Avatar. It's going to say,
yeah, because it came out 15 years ago or whatever.
What are they going to say? From director James Cameron. Well, who's James Cameron? Oh, the guy who directed Titanic and Avatar.
And that's true though. Like this isn't being like jaded or whatever, but like when we got Avatar, we didn't have Avengers. So like
Right.
people that have like grown up watching Avengers, like going back and watching Avatar is like nothing.
And he hasn't done anything that's
You know, it's funny. You say that like he hasn't done anything. They're gonna like Gen Zers are gonna see the trailer and they'll be like, from James Cameron. They'll be like, who? The guy who
Yeah.
goes underwater in a submarine?
Yeah,
making a
right,
movie?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, the director of those movies I haven't seen. The director of the Titanic movie that I haven't seen. And oh yeah, he did Alita Battle Angel, but no one saw
he
that
did
or
that?
liked. I think he was the producer.
Oh.
He
That's
might,
not the same.
but that's like his most recent thing.
I think he's
done.
probably more famous for discovering undersea creatures at this
Yeah.
point.
So is the trailer going to say from the?
Well,
the
it'll be like from the
producer.
director of the Titanic and Avatar 1.
But who cares? Who cares about that? Okay, so let's go to the cast. Oh, you got Sam Worthington as the main character. You know, Sam Worthington from Avatar. And
It's weird that has
Terminator
he not
Salvation.
done anything else?
He did
No.
Man on a Ledge
Why is
Oh.
his name so like burned into my mind then for some reason? Like,
because Avatar was huge.
yeah, but like I just Sam Worthy. He just sounds like
He
he's
was
done
in Terminator 4.
Yeah,
more. Oh, okay. That's where I know him.
they're putting that on the trailer, starring Sam Worthington from Terminator 4. Doesn't even say Salvation; it just says Terminator 4. You know,
Exactly, because they don't know what it is either.
starring Sam Worthington from a Terminator movie. Maybe the
Remember that truck driver who became an actor? Yeah, that guy.
and then okay, yeah,
Not
sure.
even the crazy thing is too. He's hardly in Avatar because he just turns into an avatar. Like,
He's mostly a computer.
yeah.
But think about it: the most famous person in Avatar right now is going to be Zoe Saldana because she was in
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
She's
That's
like
right,
the only
yeah.
famous person in Avatar.
She's not in Avatar at all because it's not
Sigourney
her.
Weaver.
And Zoe Saldana isn't really her in Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's gonna be like, oh, you know that green girl from Avengers? She's in
She
this.
used to play a blue girl.
She's blue now.
The green girl.
It's like Gordon
Rises
Weaver's
and
gonna be
rolls.
playing a tree. Great.
Is that what she is now? A tree?
Yeah, she was passed on into the collective consciousness of the tree.
Stephen Lang. Like Stephen Lang's great, but what's he done besides Avatar? More Stephen Lang from that dinosaur TV show, right?
Who's Stephen Lang?
He's the general, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
From Terra Nova fame.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
boy.
what I said. The dinosaur TV show.
What's who else is in that? Like
Sneaky Pete is in it. What's his
is it
name?
like Giovanni Ribisi is in it?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaky Pete.
See, the humans. There's nobody. Giovanni Ribisi is the most famous for the humans, but
Well,
What do you-
humans are trash, so
what do you know him from? Like, I
He's
know
in so
Gio-
much.
Earl.
Easy, my name is Gone in 60 Seconds. What was
Like,
he?
I
I
know
just
he
watched
did.
him in something else.
I know Giovanni Ribisi, but I can't think of the movies he's in. Besides, like, is he in Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow?
Oh, he was
I have
in
no idea.
He's in what is he? He plays
He's in Avatar.
No, I was just watching this. He plays somebody's boyfriend. 1,000 Ways to Die in the West or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I watched the first 5 minutes of it. I was
Great.
like, hey, it's Giovanni Ribisi.
and then you found out the movie was terrible and quit.
Yeah, I found out like when was Seth MacFarlane like ever relevant?
Oh, that's right. He's not funny.
Yeah, like I just watched this. I was like, oh, it's weird.
CCH Pounder, Cliff Curtis. Like, Cliff Curtis is okay.
Who's Cliff Curtis?
I think
He played Jarhead number 2.
Cliff Curtis.
Wait, did he play in Jarhead number 2 or Jarhead number 2? He was Jarhead.
Well, I meant
number 2?
Jarhead number 2 as a role.
Oh.
But,
He's not who I thought he was, but he's still okay using TV stuff. But he was in the Meg. The Meg was crap too.
I always find it funny that like directors and just crew, like movie crews in general, like James Cameron pretty much took Aliens 2 or Aliens and basically put it in Avatar.
yeah.
But like if I just feel like if we were doing something on YouTube, we'd be like, oh, we can't do that. We already did that in the last video. We can't just rehash it, put it in this.
We can't plagiarize ourselves.
Like, well, like, we'd be like, well, we have to think of something different. Like, they don't want to just watch the same thing. But that's okay, apparently, in big time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is different because they're blue aliens.
But like the whole aesthetic thing, like, it's like,
Oh, yeah, it
it's-
looks exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
the
the same.
human
The characters
parts of
act
it are
the same.
exactly the
Yeah.
same.
Vin Diesel has been cast in Avatar too.
Oh, as Groot,
an
the small
avatar?
tree.
I don't know. He said Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. This is Vin Diesel, the vindictive cactus.
The guy who voiced the tree that is voicing another tree.
I guess Vin Diesel will bring people in. Triple X, Return of Xander Cage. People loved that movie.
Hey, Vin Diesel's Vin Diesel.
It's just a tree that says, I am family.
But like, Vin Diesel, he's, I guess,
Which really works for Avatar, actually. If he was a tree that was like, I am family.
Pretty fitting.
he's not the main. He's not even like the main draw of Fast and Furious anymore. People really just care about The Rock.
There was like an article I saw about a tweet that The Rock was like, he's like, I'm not doing any more Fast and Furious movies. And he's upset at Vin Diesel for guilting him into trying to or something.
Yeah. Apparently there's a feud between, like, they're not getting along anymore because Rock doesn't want to do any more Fast and Furious movies.
No, Rock wants to do his own. Like, I think Rock doesn't want to like bow down to Vin Diesel, like, because he did Hobbs and Shaw, which was just him and Statham in a Fast and Furious movie by themselves. So he wants to be.
What
top
even
banana.
makes a Fast and Furious movie, I mean, like, what is the universe that ties them together?
Vague references of family every once in a while.
Well, they're really like, I guess used to be like the same unit of characters, but now they've just added so much. Because wasn't John Cena in the last one?
Yeah, he plays Dom's brother.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's like,
I just want to see them break into the Burj Khalifa with skydiving tanks or something.
Hey, they do it.
Don't they?
Well, I really want to see him get like merged to Transformers.
Yes,
Like,
now that would be, yeah.
yeah, like
They-
I think that would be pretty cool.
They go to space in the most previous one.
Oh my
Like, we
God.
just got Spider-Man in the multiverse. Like, we may get Fast and Furious cross-transform.
I think anything's possible at this point in time. They really want to do. What do they want to do? They want to do. Oh no, they want to do Jurassic Park, Fast and Furious crossover. That's what they want to do.
That's the furthest thing from making sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could have picked nothing worse.
Because then, like, Fast and Furious cross Transformers would just be like, family.
But you don't need Dominic. You don't need Dominic Toretto in a Transformers movie because they can drive by themselves.
Yeah, but that would be the thing. Is like they have these people that command cars teaming up with things that
With cars.
yeah. Like,
So Vin Diesel
I was listening
wouldn't-
to a radio. I was listening to the radio this summer, and I forget what show was on or whatever, but they were interviewing somebody in the next Transformers movie. I don't know when it's coming out, but there's
What?
another one coming at some point, and they
That
were
can't be right.
interviewing. Or maybe it had just come out since the summer, but this summer they were interviewing somebody who was going to be in the next Transformers movie, and he was saying how he never learned how to drive because he's from the inner city, so he didn't have a driver's license. So he had to get a driver's license for the shoot because they had to film all the shots of him driving. And I was like, "But it's Transformers. Why is he driving anything?"
seems like an easy workaround. Also, it's a movie. Why does he need to drive? Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's like all CGI anyway.
exactly.
Oh my god!
Are you
Trans-
surprised they're coming out with another one?
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts is scheduled.
There we go.
2023.
I'll be dead by then.
We're getting animal
Yeah.
Transformers. So like Ron Perlman is voicing a Transformer.
Ron Perlman's going to be a giant ape Transformer.
Wait, is
Yes.
he actually?
A gorilla. Yep.
Wow.
Ron Perlman is a Transformer who transforms into a gorilla.
No, you're not serious.
No, I'm 100%
He's
serious.
already
Oh
done
my
that
God.
before.
Wait, this is real. This is actually.
Yes, there's going to be a
No,
gorilla.
you don't know. I don't believe that.
There's a gorilla Transformer, a rhinoceros Transformer, a falcon Transformer, and a cheetah Transformer.
And they got Ron Perlman to play the gorilla.
Yep.
It's like Stage 5 all over again.
Why is there just like an inside joke that Ron Perlman is disgusting?
I don't think Ron Perlman isn't in Ice Age. Didn't we go over this?
No, I know
Oh my-
he isn't. Peter Dinklage is.
But he is though. Like, is he?
Oh.
He's not.
No, we've been over this. We thought it was Ron Perlman for years, but it wasn't.
But okay, I remember now. But I thought like, is he in any of the Ice Ages?
No, he's not. We thought for years and years that Ron Perlman was in Ice Age as the gorilla
It looks just like him.
because it looks so much like him. But no, it's Peter Dinklage as the gorilla. Ron Perlman had nothing to do with Ice Age.
I'm
But
pretty
now
sure we
he's
just.
playing a Transformer gorilla.
I'm pretty sure we just inferred that when the movie was coming out.
We did because it looks like him. Like, oh wow,
Yeah.
they're really animating the characters to look like the actors now.
Because like Shark Tale was out and stuff like that. So it's like this is Ron Perlman playing this monkey.
Want to see Ron Perlman as an ape? Here you go. It's like, oh, except it's not him.
I'm reading this article about the Wikipedia about Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and I love this line. The film's tone and action were heavily influenced by Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Like, yeah, sure. just pick a popular movie. Like, what was a big influence? Godfather 2 and Empire Strikes Back. Citizen Kane. I'm like, yeah, shut up. I hate when
Action is like Transformers. None of them have resembled Terminator 2 at all.
In any way.
I hate it when they do that. They go, this movie's going to be like this movie. Oh, really? We're going to make a Kong movie, and it's going to be like Fuck. What's the Vietnam movie with Marlon Brando? Apocalypse Now. We're gonna make a Kong movie. It's gonna be like Apocalypse Now. Movie Vietnam. That makes perfect sense.
I'm so excited for Kong Skull Island.
I can't imagine why.
Shame
Because
on you.
it looked awesome. It was like a Vietnam movie with monsters. I was like, this is gonna be sweet. And then
I guess we have different definitions. I saw this is going to be a Vietnam movie with monsters, and I thought, oh god.
No, it's like that's cool. That is so cool. It was a huge letdown.
Have you seen Kong versus Godzilla, Richard?
No, I haven't. I haven't even bothered.
Don't.
You need to just watch them. It's 2 hours. Just watch it.
I was so put off by King of the Monsters. I cannot tell you. Like your distaste for Kong Skull Island was my distaste for Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah, but that soundtrack.
Yeah, well, that was banging.
What was so bad about it? Like I
Oh,
didn't
have you
really
seen it?
I've seen little bits and pieces, but I'm not
Oh,
like
it's awful.
To
It
me,
was
there are-
so bad.
like
Everything about it was terrible. I mean, the plot was made about as much sense as I can't even make an analogy. The plot was just terrible. It didn't make any sense at all. There was no logic to it whatsoever. The visuals were terrible. The one thing that you'd think might be good in a movie like that, they were awful. The special effects were terrible, and the acting was awful. The writing was awful. I mean, it was just like an insult to your intelligence to watch it.
They just
It was like
randomly kill off Sally Hawkins with she just dies. That's what I'm thinking of, right? Sally Hawkins.
I don't know. Do you know the plot of that movie?
Vaguely. It's been a while.
The plot of King of the Monsters is that this scientist invents a machine that allows us to talk to the kaiju, and this other guy, this Greenpeace guy, an eco-terrorist, steals it and decides to let all of the monsters loose on the world to destroy the planet because that's the only way to save it, or something stupid.
Yep, pretty much.
And then Godzilla basically has to fight all of the different monsters one-on-one to save the planet. But of course he gets annihilated. So then in order to give Godzilla the upgrade that he needs to defeat the other ones, they drop a nuke on his ancient god civilization underwater in Atlantis, where he sleeps. And so they detonate a bomb in Atlantis, and it supercharges Godzilla so that he can finally take them all on.
and then he takes them all on by himself.
No, not even. They don't even. Other monsters don't even arrive in time. He takes on the one bad monster, and then the other monsters just bow before him they respect the duel.
Yeah, he fights Rodan a little bit, but most of it is Godzilla fighting Ghidorah.
That's what I don't like about
And
these monster
Mothra
movies.
shows up to die and give him a power up again.
Right.
So it's really just Godzilla getting power ups in the movie.
The characters are all so obnoxious, it's unbearable. There's not a single person in the movie that you actively root for their survival. I mean, not a single one.
Yeah, that really messes up a movie.
Americans really don't know how to make Godzilla movies.
You see, but I'm not even going to accept that. I don't think it's just that we're American. I mean, that's a big part of it. But I think it's blockbuster movies nowadays are not made with intelligence in mind. They're feeding us people just want to see monsters beat shit out of each other, so that's what we're going to give them. We don't have to think hard about this. Half of the audience is going to be in China anyway. It doesn't have to make sense in English.
Yeah, but that's okay. I will concede it. That's fine. But they have to at least make it awesome fight scenes and
and the fight
lot
scenes
of
are
shit
horrible.
going down.
That's
the problem.
There's so much they were obviously going for this epic thing where the monsters are so big and so powerful that they create their own weather systems, and it's so epic. But it ends up being 2 hours of just like fog. I mean, there's like literally lightning storms that surround all of the monsters at all
Yeah.
times. So it's like 90% shots of clouds. It's like, it's terrible.
You know what movie had really good fight scenes?
What?
Spider-Man 2.
It did.
It
What
did.
my problem with like these big kaiju movies is that the fights are always like it's just like these huge hulking creatures like throwing one punch and then like like
It's too Pacific. The Pacific Rim ruined everything.
Pacific Rim's better though.
Yeah, but
Like Pacific Rim is decent. It's just a lot of them like there's just like it's just so slow and like yeah like okay whatever. Like I don't know. Like I just don't like watching these.
I think watching giant monsters fight each other is inevitably stupid. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there's an
I mean-
intelligent, good way to do that. It's giant monsters fighting each other.
No, see, for me, it's stupid when it's like. That's why I never really got into Godzilla because there's too much personality in these monsters. Like I don't care about these like monsters and like their rivalries and like they're like this is a bad monster and this is a monster that's fighting for us,
for monsters.
which is I guess where kaiju kind of like kaiju battles are kind of like that. But like that's why I just lose it. I'm like I don't care about like I just want them to be like have no emotion whatsoever and they're just fighting.
Well, the good Godzilla movies are the ones where that is the case, where they're like not, where it's not about them.
there's only, in my opinion, there's only been 2 Godzilla movies worth watching: the original and Shin Godzilla in 2016. Just
Yeah, that's
watch
pretty
those.
much it. Those are pretty much the only good ones.
I mean, Godzilla Returns or whatever, that might be okay.
That was all right. The ones where there aren't other monsters in it, where it's literally just Godzilla,
Yeah,
those tend to be okay.
I mean, don't
Because
even watch
then-
the spin-offs because Mothra wasn't even all that good either.
Well,
No.
yeah, when they have other like monsters in them, they have to be a character now. So they have
Right,
to.
exactly.
It's because
Godzilla
everyone-
is himself not a character in the original movie. He's a entity. He's not like he's like a hurricane. I mean, he's not a character.
Well, I'll be right back. You like pause it or something.
No, we're pausing.
Now we're just gonna keep talking without
we'll
you.
just talk without you.
I mean, you've heard my whole Godzilla thing before, but like Godzilla works as a metaphor, but he doesn't work as anything else.
Yeah, like there was an article about it. They were talking about, I think it was Godzilla versus Kong, and they were like, Toho gave us instructions of don't let Godzilla show emotions, so we needed to figure out how to work around that, like, or just don't have Godzilla show emotions.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a hard rule to break, but yeah, that's my whole thing. Giant monsters are stupid. They're inherently stupid. So in order for it to be good enough to like take it seriously and be a good movie, it really has to lean on the fact that it's obviously a metaphor, or like you don't have to believe in it. We're just using it to say something. Because when they're just fighting, it's like, yeah, it's giant monsters fighting. I mean, that's stupid.
So what do you say? You think maybe we should wrap this one up?
I guess we didn't really end up anywhere. I mean, none of this.
Didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about Spider-Man. But I really just want to end it before Dimitri comes back, so he can't say his farewells to the audience.
Oh, like anyone cares. No one's going to watch this or listen to this.
Maybe if our faces were on the screen, they would watch it.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that that's true at all. I think no one's going to listen to this either way.
But you enjoyed Spider-Man movies.
I did. I'll do my catchphrase for everybody real quick just to reiterate. I am not a fan of superhero movies. I think they suck. I think there hasn't been a good superhero movie ever made, but
Did he get you back on track about Spider-Man?
We were gonna end
Oh
it
my
before
gosh.
you. Well,
Oh my gosh.
We're trying to wrap up in some form or another.
Yeah, but Godzilla is basically a superhero.
That's true.
well, the bad ones. That's true.
It's because of the shared universe thing. Everybody wants to start a universe now.
I hate that. Oh, if there's one trend in media that I could like snap my fingers and like Thanos and say this never happened, it's the shared universe. God, I hate it. It
Here's
makes
the
my
thing,
blood
though.
boil.
No one's done it. People have spent 10 years, almost more than 10 years now, trying to do a shared universe like Marvel. But the only people who have come close is DC, another superhero thing.
About Aliens versus Predators.
No.
Yeah, they were doing it before Marvel.
Yeah, that's a shared universe. Literally AVP.
I don't know.
You can't
Okay.
not count that.
What about-
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, the Universal monster
Okay,
universe.
they did that originally, but nowadays, I'm talking about now, people want to go in heavy like Marvel is doing. Because here's the thing about Marvel, is it's the 2 or 3 movies a year.
You don't think Star Wars is that? I mean, with like 5 TV shows on Disney Plus and like
Multiverse is in now too. Movies that are like talking about like different universes.
but that's
involved.
only Marvel so far, isn't it?
I don't think
Or really only even Spider-Man at this point?
well, no, DC did multiverse way before Marvel. I mean, they were doing
I don't know,
multiverse
I saw
stuff
a
on
trailer. There's like this Chinese movie coming out. I saw it's like deal with like different universes and stuff. I don't know.
DC was
great.
doing multiverse stuff with the Flash TV
Oh,
show a
gosh.
while ago. They did Crisis on Infinite Earths, which that connected
Well,
like a lot of.
superheroes have always had shared universe. I mean, they've always been doing the multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
That's because every comic book is somebody wants to write a comic book and it doesn't fit with what's already been established, so they'll be like, it's a different universe.
There's so much comics out there. Like I never
Yeah.
realized like how deep it goes. It's like so much.
Well, it's like the Star Wars Legends, right? I mean, like everybody and their brother can add to this mythos.
Yeah.
It sort
yeah.
of is up against, like who knows what counts as canon or not, or if there is canon, because it's all like
Well, yeah.
that's the joy of a multiverse, is it can all count because.
But nobody's reaching the same level of shared universe as Marvel, or even really coming
Nobody's
close.
going to.
They all want to. Remember the Dark
Yeah, but-
Universe? Remember the Dark Universe?
Yeah, the Mummy or whatever.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
We got one movie in and like no one liked this.
Everybody wants to be. Well, they said they were going to bring back the Universal Monsters here universe too, didn't they?
That was Dark Universe. They were
Yeah.
Oh,
calling it
that
Dark-
was it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can they just be so oblivious sometimes? Like,
But even Monsterverse was a thing too. But they just stopped because they were like, yeah, we really only planned for Godzilla versus Kong. We don't know what to do now.
yeah,
so-
but to be fair, superhero movies are the easiest to do this. They should just leave it to that. Like, that's their
Right.
thing.
There's so many characters that they can pull from the comics, like countless, like things they can do.
Yeah, like,
With
and the
superheroes.
stories for days and days and days. Like,
And they're all going to be the same story, but people are going to watch it anyway because they're going to technically be called something different.
I mean, Star Wars. I guess Star Wars is number 3. You got Marvel, DC, Star Wars. Because when was the last time we've had a Star Wars movie?
Well, a Star
Talking
Wars
about-
show just came out like
we had a
Yesterday.
Star Wars movie like 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years
Yeah.
ago. How long has it been since we've had a Marvel movie?
I guess that's for Star Wars that's recent.
And they were like, "Hey, we're going to do Star Wars. We're going to do Star Wars once a year." They couldn't even do once a year.
Yeah, but that's like when the book of Boba Fett came out or whatever, I'm just like, why do people care about this anymore? Like, yeah, I know Star
don't
Wars.
really know.
Yeah, but it's like why? Like, it just makes me like hurt inside. Like, why? It's just Star. When does it end? Just stop it. Like,
well, that's
what
like
more
my
could you
whole.
want?
That's like all of popular movie TV culture for me. All of it's trash. Why do people care?
But like at least superhero movies, I can understand because
How?
it's okay with Marvel. I get it; it's all within a shared universe. But like the idea of a superhero movie you can have some characters like crossover, but mostly it's like, a separate. It's got a separate thing. But my frustration with Star Wars is that they hardly ever explore anything different. It always has to connect back to like the original stuff.
Yeah, well, that's their problem. They just don't know how to do
But like, why? Like,
I
there's
don't
so
know.
much.
It's an entire galaxy, and they
Yeah.
still can't branch out from like 3. It's like
Like that was my like complete frustration with the movie.
you could literally do any sci-fi movie and call it Star Wars, and it would work. I mean, like it doesn't. It's that big, and yet somehow.
I mean, hey, Mandalorian was disconnected for like a season until they started bringing characters in. Like, oh, here's Ahsoka, and here's Luke, and here's Boba Fett, and here's this guy, and here's this guy. Like,
Yeah.
No, can't even. And
Can't
of course,
even go 2 seasons.
And of course, episode 1, you got to introduce Baby Yoda, so it's already,
Right.
it's already connected just through there. But yeah,
I guess my thing is too is like, there's just like such a variance in like the characters they could do, but then they go with like a Mandalorian. Like they just go with basically a Boba Fett again. Like, what?
yeah,
Right.
that's true too. Because like people like that helmet.
People like that costume. Let's just use that. Let's never have him take his helmet off, and we'll just write some BS reason for that, because we know that really all people want is to just look at this costume for 4 hours.
But it's not even.
Nobody's gonna want to listen to this podcast. We're bashing on everything.
The costume. Maybe this is a hot take, but I don't think it's all that great in the first place. I mean, it's kind of dumb when you think about it. It's like his chest piece is just 3 huge chunks of disconnected metal. Like, what is that protecting you from?
I think it's cool.
I think it's a cool looking uniform.
Yeah, it's
Back
just
then.
But when they decided to make it like like a whole species or like a race of people, and like they all wear this uniform, then the coolness factor, you lose it because he's not just like a singular bounty hunter.
Right, he's not just some tough guy with a cool set of armor. He's like a species.
Yeah, well,
Even
everybody's
nowadays.
got the cool armor. Like,
But even nowadays, like Boba Fett's in the new show, when he doesn't look cool, he's wearing the same thing, but he doesn't look cool anymore.
he's also like overweight now,
yeah,
or at least he looks it. I've seen like
he's pretty. He's definitely put on.
that's something that doesn't work for their armor. Like if they're a little round, okay, like which is fine, but then you kind of like put the armor over the shape and like that. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
I will say that guy's voice is like a very strong part of my childhood. Like just hearing him in the trailer, like I can get why people would fall for the nostalgia thing. I usually make fun of them for it, and it is stupid, but I can get why people would fall for it, because like I've played enough Star Wars video games and I've watched Star Wars enough that like I know that guy's voice, and just hearing it in the trailer, I was like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's right up there with Darth Vader. Like
That's not even his voice, though.
It is his voice.
No, because he was voiced by somebody else in the original.
Oh yeah, no, it's not Boba Fett's original voice, but I mean that guy with all the clones, and like.
yeah, but like Boba Fett in the original was like, he says like one thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has like 3 lines, maybe max.
No disintegrations or something, and
That
but he responds to some. I thought he responds to it with something. I don't know.
No disintegrations. Yep.
Like as you wish or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he says like a few things, I think, but
For the Republic.
the other thing too is like Star Wars, and you've heard me both say this before. We just said it recently, but like Star Wars has this weird association with bounty hunters and crime that like just not how any of it works in real life. Or like I get in Empire Strikes Back, he can't find the Millennium Falcon, so he hires a bunch of bounty hunters to go looking for it. Like, sure, I get that. But then because of that, bounty hunters are like one of the prime like classes of people in the Star Wars universe, and
Like-
they show up everywhere, and I just don't understand it at all.
Because they're cool. That's why.
But why? Like, bounty hunters aren't cool. Like, they might be cool in Star Wars because they gave him cool armor, but like, Dog the Bounty Hunter isn't cool.
In theory, he's cool. He's just not like he's not cool about like if you like Dog, a bounty hunter guy that wears like all black and got a bunch of gear is kind of cool. I think just Dog is lame.
I mean, but is it cool? Like, and they never do bounty hunting things. Like, half the time they're hired like as mercenaries or assassins or like.
Well, yeah, that's where Star Wars is
it's
kind of
like
weird.
they're not bounty hunters.
And why are they all bad too? Like bounty hunters aren't
Right.
supposed to be evil people. They're just like
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, they're kind of
They
the
work for
opposite.
the
Yeah.
justice. Like,
they're just
they arrest people.
Yeah, I guess technically, like, well, I don't know if he like maybe he's technically a bounty hunter, but like a bounty hunter is going after people that are like have already broken the law. So
Right.
and like if you look at it, the Empire is the government. You know, like Han Solo and Luke, they're the criminals basically. So it's like a cop in a movie. The cop in the movie isn't a bad guy because, you know, Harrison Ford is running from the law or whatever he does in that movie.
yeah, right. Harrison
cops
Ford's
just
actually the douche.
The cop's just doing his job, chasing after this person who shot somebody and ran away, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but then they paint it in the light of Boba Fett being evil.
Yeah. Like, none of
he-
it makes any sense, and it's that whole thing with Star Wars where like they do something that might make some sense at one point, but the fans love it so much that they just include it every chance they get, and it like totally morphs the meaning of it.
Yeah, but like originally they included a lot of these characters like for toys, didn't they?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so Boba Fett was literally like, well, he looks pretty cool. That'll sell.
Right. And they were right.
Yeah, they were right 100 times over. So
They were so right that they could make 3 more movies using essentially Boba Fett.
like we're just gonna clone him.
Right. We'll just have armies of Boba Fett.
it works.
This is shiny Boba Fett. And then you know what they did with the Mandalorian? They made him shinier.
You're right.
And they paired him up with a toy. People will go apeshit over this Baby Yoda.
If
This
that's
is
not
going
like
to sell so many plushies.
like that was just focus grouped so hard. like take a look at like, feature A. What would make him more appealing? Like, what if he was like a baby and cute? All right, we're done.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's the thing now too, is you get like they're trying to make their CGI characters as cute as possible. You have like Baby Groot, Baby Yoda, even the peanut dude from what is it? That's a peanut.
Planters?
Yeah, Planters. Like they made Baby Peanut Man, whatever his name
Right,
is.
I remember that. I remember Baby
Well,
Peanut Man.
I mean, that's kind of how it's always been though. Baby is cute, so
But no, it's like now they're trying extra hard to like market it. Why we didn't? I'm surprised Matrix Resurrections didn't have Baby Morpheus.
well, did you watch the whole thing?
Oh,
Actually, there's an end credit scene where they talk about pretty much that.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Well, that movie was. No, I'm not even going to get into that. We don't have enough time. So.
We got to work backwards. We got to work backwards.
Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure this has gone way over 30 minutes. So.
I tried to, you know.
You're in control. You're in control.
mean-
You can.
So, is there anything else? We'll end it soon. Is there anything else we want to say about
You
Spider-Man?
can't
3?
say, is there anything? You're in charge. You just said, don't say, Okay.
I want to
do you
talk about
guys have anything
Spider-Man.
else?
How come we're not talking about Spider-Man?
We'll talk about Spider-Man in the next podcast. It'll be Spider-Man Conversation Part 2. But any
Didn't stay on
final
target this podcast.
any final remarks?
Yeah. Are you going to call this thing "Stay on Target"?
No, it's the Hazard Time podcast.
Okay. Why do you have 3 podcasts?
It should just be Stay on Target. I do like that.
It should be Stay on Target.
This could be "Stay on Target" the reboot.
I made that nice little logo for you. Okay.
I totally forgot about
Yeah,
that.
it's the reboot.
I totally
It's a
forgot about
soft reboot.
Soft reboot.
Yes. Okay, so
And in the next episode, we'll be taken over by a short, brown-haired English women.
God, I wish.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
If only. Or just anybody.
I meant we would basically change into that. So
Yeah, I'm still with. Yeah.
I do feel like my life would be easier if I was a chick.
Well, if I was a
Whoa.
hot British chick,
But
probably.
yeah, of course.
well, I'm gonna stay me. You guys can change, but
I don't know about British. I still want to be American though.
Yeah, because how are you gonna live in Mississippi otherwise?
'Cause I feel like I feel like accents on chicks
Wait.
aren't as attractive as accents on
Could
dudes
you-
are.
so what if there was like a hot British woman that wanted to be with you, but you knew it was me who turned into that lady? Like it wasn't me anymore. Like
Like
sort
not even
like
close, not even remotely you.
no, like as if like I was just changed. Like it's a completely different. Everything's different, but it was me.
If like is your
Do you
personality
still have? Does she still have your memories?
No, but like I'm
so
trying to
if
think of like
nothing
an,
about her is you, just
But it
the
was
energy
me.
from your body went into creating her.
well, no, it's not like I was like my energy was taken and put into somebody else. I was
Well, but it
transformed
kind of
into
is.
this.
Because if you transform into what makes you you, if everything that is you,
Yeah, but like
isn't
from me was created this woman.
well, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying
Yeah.
that's
Oh, okay,
effectively-
but that's the thing. But you would just always know that she came like her creation was like brought upon by me. So,
I feel like I
You're basically saying, "Would you date my daughter?" Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
but it's not. But it's not. No, it's not my daughter. It's me.
But I get what you're saying. But what you're saying is, what if I created a woman?
I guess, but it's more than my daughter, though. It would.
But it isn't you. Is the thing.
It's like super daughter. Answer the
I don't
question.
know how to answer that.
I mean, I don't know, probably.
I don't know how to answer that.
Because
feel-
like it's not my daughter, because my daughter was never me. But if like you
Well-
were with this person, you could look over at them and be like, "Well, you used to be Dimitri."
See, like I wouldn't think of it like that. I wouldn't look at her and think this is Dimitri. I would think like, oh, this used to be Dimitri, but it's not Dimitri anymore. So I don't know.
Right, but it's not Dimitri is the thing. Like maybe your life, like nothing in Dimitri is in this new person. It's not your memories, not your genes. Like nothing about her is you. It's just in order for her to exist, you had to disappear.
Yeah, but it like somehow I don't know. You guys are
If you
gross.
told me that like she still had your memories,
Then I'd have to think about it for a little bit.
then it'd be weird.
Fine, my memories are still there, but she doesn't remember them. She doesn't know they're there.
Then they're not there.
So they could be unlocked.
Like if
They're-
she went to therapy,
they're
she could
dormant.
accidentally unlock
Yeah,
her
like a hard hit
Dimitri
on the head.
memories.
Yeah, it would be Dimitri memories. It would never be me. Like she would just remember, like she would just have my memories.
Right.
Hmm.
She'd be like, for some reason, I've just become very annoyed at you. I don't know why.
Let's go watch The Day After Tomorrow. Really don't want to watch
Breaking
this.
up with you.
She just starts smashing every Jumper DVD she comes across. Why am I doing this?
Okay. I feel like we should end it now. There's never going to be a good place to end, so we will just end. Maybe this will be extra long because it's coming back, special coming back
Hopefully
episode.
you get better at ending them.
I will try. We just have
Hosting them in general.
Hey, shut
You're
up.
not really a host at this point.